Alright, hopefully that's not too loud. Okay. Excuse me. Hi, everybody. It's been a couple weeks. How have y'all been? Can you believe it's already like approaching the end of April and we're gonna be into May like in 2 weeks? I sure as hell can't. A few things to address in the my mind just fucking died. A few things to address before we begin. There we go. So, firstly, I think the most important thing is the internet. Now, something has changed. Not much, but, basically, for those who aren't aware, last time I streamed, we had a lot of problems with the internet. Namely, that we had like 3 or 4 DCs. Yeah, 4 DCs. Thankfully, 3 of them were in the half hour to hour mark. And the last one was like towards the end. But regardless, it was pretty unacceptable. Now, I can't guarantee that that's not going to happen again tonight. So, unfortunately, yeah, I can't guarantee that that's not going to happen tonight. However, we did lodge a complaint of sorts with the IPS, and the bullshit part of it is that I have to literally call them sometime this week in order to, like, see if they can fix what's going on with the internet. I would have done it this weekend, but, like, the thing is that, like, I didn't get the number till Thursday, and they had already closed by that time, and it was too much to be asking me to do shit on Friday, and I will get into that later on. So, yeah, at some point this week, maybe, I'll be calling my IPS to see my internet provider to see if they can fix the internet. Hopefully. Oh my god. I got so scared. I was like, wait, did I remember to loop the music? So yeah, there's that. However, I haven't had any trouble with it for a little bit. Certainly not today, not last night. Maybe a little bit on Friday, but nothing too serious. But yeah, so I can't guarantee that we won't be experiencing more outages, but at the very least, I have a solution of sorts. So there's that. Secondly, I didn't mention this, so if any of you follow me on my Twitter or had checked out the community post, community service, sure, sure, Airi, this is community service. Excuse me. So remember last time I had to tell myself, like, oh yes, I have to play through, Phoenix Wright and Justice for All if we want to get the Trials and Tribulations. So I fucked up. And honestly, this is something I probably should have looked up way before I talked all this madness. But basically, for those who aren't aware, because of the fact that I had to get a new hard drive for my computer, and in the process of transferring files from the old one to the new one, I had lost the game the game data I had kept. And thankfully, even then it was only 2 games I was a little bummed, that I thought I would be bummed to lose, which was Your Turn to Die and the Phoenix Wright trilogy. Ace Attorney trilogy, fuck. There we go. To be lost, because everything else we had basically completed up to this point, which was fine. And then, so when it came time for the Your Turn to Die stream, it was a pleasant surprise to find out that, no, I didn't lose the save data. Yay! It was just a matter of the Ace Attorney trilogy, and I was like, okay, that's fair. However, I had the brilliant idea, because here's the thing. The week of my last stream, which was 2 weeks ago, that Wednesday, I reinstalled Steam, and of course, the Ace Attorney trilogy on my computer. And I was like, okay, some point this weekend, I'm gonna begin playing through the Phoenix Wright game. Literally I think it was later that night, or the weekend of that night, that I was like, that a thought occurred to me that I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. I'm gonna Google, can I get the Trials and Tribulations straight from the game without having to play through the first 2 games? And it turns out, yes, you can. You can literally skip to any of the 3 games in the trilogy. I had no idea of that, so I had no reason to worry on that front. I was like, oh, thank God. And now granted, of course, I did test it out. I was like, because, yeah, even though Google told me I could do that on Steam, I was like, I don't trust it. I'm gonna test it out for myself. So I booted the game up, and it turns out, yes, it is true. You can go to any game in the trilogy and start your playthrough from there. You can't skip cases, but it's like, well, what cases do I have to skip? Blah, 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 So yeah. However, in the process of while I was booting the game up, I also checked to see if it was possible, just possible, if I kept my save data. Turns out I did! All my save files are there! And I still have no idea how that's possible. Maybe it's because Steam has a cloud save or something, and that's where... And I guess, like, while the save files are on my... Like, I don't know how this works. Because... Is it just because it's because it's attached to my Steam account? Like, is there a cloud save for my Steam account? And that's where, and basically, like, because of that cloud save, my save data can just be accessed every time I decide to play the game on my, like, I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, I was just happy. So it turns out I was worrying for nothing. It turns out I was worrying for nothing. I thought I was screwed. Nope, you're fine. It was literally just a matter of, fucking up, let's just say. Like, don't get me wrong, I am not upset, I am not angry, I just wish I Googled this earlier. So yeah. And honestly, when that burden was lifted off my back, I felt so much more freer. And I was just like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. So, yeah. And this, of course, is an excellent segue into the next thing I wanted to talk about. So, now that I know for a fact that I can just play Trials and Tribulations basically whenever I want, what this means is that this is gonna basically be the last Fire Emblem Awakening support watch-along that we're gonna be doing, at least for now. Like, to be fair, I was already thinking about, like, cutting it off at this point anyway, because I was getting a little bored, honestly. Not to mention, I don't know if the internet would be able to do more than this. So, my plan was that after we were done with the female Robin supports, that was basically going to be it. I was going to cut it off there, and we were going to continue on with the rest of the supports at a later date. So now that that plan's been decided, I believe I announced this as well on both on both Twitter and on YouTube, that yes, in order to make up for the fact that we couldn't get to Ace Attorney or Trials and Tribulations, as soon as, like basically this month, I was gonna do another stream next week, at of course the same time as always, where we're gonna be playing through Trials and Tribulations. And I think we'll probably just get through the entire first case, because I want to make it up to you guys, because all the troubles that have happened since literally February. And, yeah. So, next week, we'll be heading into Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations Case 1, and playing through that. At, of course, the same time as always, and I'll have the waiting room set up, the night before. So, yeah. Happy. Now, the last thing I wanted to say, and this one was a lot funnier. So, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed the process for this on Twitter. Whenever it's time for me to do a weekend of streaming, meaning like, like this past weekend, where I know I'm going to be doing a stream Sunday night, right? So the thing is, right, is that usually the Friday before, I tend to tweet out that, as a little reminder to people, like, hey, I'm going to be streaming this game or this thing on Sunday night. And it's a little reminder, and that's what I do on Friday nights. And then Saturday nights, that's when I set up the waiting room, and then, of course, tweet out the waiting room link. Now, and then, of course, Sunday night is like, okay, well, we're here, So, however, there are times where I'll sometimes forget to do the Friday night thing, and then I have to do both that and Saturday night thing on Saturday. But Friday was so fucking busy. Like, holy shit. It was fucking busy. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but holy shit. Like, for one, I was watching it. How do I put this out without seeming like a simp? But basically, as you guys know, I'm a huge VTuber fan. I'm trash, let's just say. And, so of course, like, when I woke up that day, I was like, okay, I know exactly what stream VOD I'm gonna watch. And, it was a demo for a visual novel that actually made me really quite interested in it. And I'm like, ooh, I might put this on my Steam wishlist when the opening comes up. Fuck it, I love this game. And that was like almost 5 hours long. And the problem with that is so I got busy, and because I tend to get really invested in things I am interested in from the get-go, I'm like, I zone everything else out. So I was like, shit, I gotta do this. I basically was just like, jeez, sushi! See, this is why you get thrown out. It's because you do shit like this. Excuse me for a moment, I gotta close my door. Because she burst it open. See, this is why I don't leave you in, this is why I don't let you in the room while I'm streaming. It's because you do shit like this. Anyway. So yeah, so that happened. And then of course, I had to watch the Luxium outfit relay. You bet your ass I watched all 5 of those live streams. Thankfully they were only a half hour long, but it still took a while, and I was so fucking wired. I was so wired. After that entire night, that it's just like, I forgot everything I was supposed to be doing. Like, for real, I was so fucking wired. Like, the best way I can describe Friday was just Airi being surrounded by fictional hot men. Like, god damn, I normally don't get this lucky. It's fine. But yeah, like, Friday night was such a fucking blast, but because of that, I literally forgot to do everything else. I am a disaster. but yeah, like, I just wanted to tell this story because I want you guys to know how fucking trash I am. And I like to, and it's like, I think if anything at this point, it's like, and I think if anything at this point, it's like, I think there's a part of me that enjoys embarrassing myself on the internet. Oh, God. But yeah, I think as far as I know, that should be about it. We've been going for almost 20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So... Alright, so let me just get the, But yeah, let me just get the playlist set up. Meanwhile, I guess I'll just go to the loading screen. But, yeah, if you like this music, as the text said, this is from, how do I put this? This is from, fuck, I can't speak today. This is from, the Fire Emblem Awakening. This is one of my favorite tracks from the entire soundtrack. Like, I fucking love this. This track. It's so good. Okay. So I remember last time we had to... But yeah, I remember last time we had to basically speed run the last 3 supports because that was when the internet was acting really badly. And those 3 supports were of Gregor, Libra, and Henry. And I actually looked back at the VOD just to see how the lag was. Y'all, I'm so sorry that the Libra S support scene got cut off. But yeah, like, y'all, I'm so sorry that the Libra support scene got cut off. I did not know that that would happen. I mean, I knew that there were gonna be parts where... Like, don't get me wrong, I knew that there were gonna be parts where, you know, the VOD was probably gonna have to cut some parts out, but I was hoping it wouldn't do that for the actual important shit. Now, and even now I feel bad that, like, it might still happen this stream, because I can't guarantee that this isn't gonna fuck up. Alright, so... Alright. But anyway... But yeah, I'm really sorry that that had to happen. I hope it doesn't happen again this time, but I can't guarantee. So... Alright. Alright, that's good. It's still keeping in that line. I love how it says Frederick, and I'm like, I'm not on Frederick, though. There we go. Alright. Alright, so, yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, like, if you guys want to see, like, the full supports of those, you just have to go down into the description, and you can see the female Robin supports there. But, yeah, so with that out of the way... Hopefully, we can get through this with relative ease. So, we are now on the final part of the female Robin supports. Although it was scuffed towards the end last time, at the very least, I can say that we did finish up the first gen. So now all we have left are the second gen supports, and the Spot Pass characters. Now, I'm going to assume that the Spot Pass character supports are going to be different. Not different. They're going to be the same up in, just with the exception of S supports. So yeah, but for, so basically because we did see the spot pass support for male Robin last time, we're probably just going to skip straight to the S support scenes for those. But yeah, so we're gonna be starting off the second gen supports with Jerome. Alright. Turn this down so we don't get our ears blown out. Wait a minute. Just occurred to me. This cannot be on 720. I gotta make sure my internet does not fuck up, so we have to be on 480. Sorry about that. Let's see, I'm currently just like... Okay. Sorry, I'm currently looking at Okay, let me cut the window actually for a moment here. What the hell's going on here? I'm looking at the playlist. Yeah, those are spot pass characters, female characters. Another spot pass. This I want to see if that's different. So yeah, that'll probably be the next one. Actually, I could check with Emma in here. That's fine. Alright, let's get back into it. Alright, so apparently in this playthrough, so as I said before, Jerome is the daughter of Cherish. However, it looks like that the father is Longq in this playthrough. Why do you wear such a conspicuous mask?
No.
And it actually occurred to me. I looked up Longq because last time we found out that the conversations are actually different with the Robins for Longq, which I found to be really cool. And I actually forgot to say, I don't know if, well, actually, I don't know if I did forget to say, or if I did say it and I just forgot I did. No. But for those wondering, Longq actually does not have a canon partner to be, shipped off with, which makes sense, honestly. Like, I think the thing said that, like, that the way that his supports with females, the relationship values go up slower or at the same rate as like those of same sex, which I actually find a really neat attention to detail considering Longq's like, what's the word? Hey. Considering Longq's gynophobia. God, I think I did say this, that it's just like, that it's so weird that they call, like, his thing with women as gynophobia, like he's like, I know, it's like, it's women phobic. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, But I think another thing too is that like all the characters in this game also have like little titles. I don't know where these titles come from, but they're just listed. And apparently Longq is the gynophobe, and I'm just like, dude, it's such a fucking insult. Like, it's so weird to me because it's just like, I said this last time that Longq is that it's more accurate to describe Longq's like aversion to women as a sort of PTSD coping mechanism. Like, at the very least, he's not misogynistic, which is good. At least I don't remember him being misogynistic. Not even the lone wolf. I actually think, if I remember right, I think Jerome is voiced by Orion Akaba, and I only know him as the voice for Apollo from Dual Destinies Beyond, and I'm like, huh.
Sorry.
Yes.
God, I'm never gonna get over the fact that most of the crit roll cast is in this fucking game.
Whoa.
No.
Man, oh, that's another thing too. So like, yesterday on Tumblr, I got a notification that someone replied to my post. Almost 3 years ago, I posted a review of this game. Like, it was basically my own review. It's not professional or anything. It was just like, oh, this is just a post detailing my thoughts on, on several aspects of the game and all that and such.
Yeah.
And someone replied to it, and I don't know if they were being like sarcastic, because the thing is that it's like they said, like, the first line that they put down is like, okay, all right, pause on this because we're actually at S support.
Hey.
This is gonna be weird. Yeah, it's because we are all, like, working together. Just because I enjoy solitude doesn't mean I don't know how to be grateful. Oh, I feel like that. Yeah, I was gonna say, that seems like an insult. You're quite adorable.
What?
Ooh.
Huh?
He don't want you to see his mask. I do genuinely wonder what Jerome's face looks like under the mask. You never see it in game. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's several fan art depicting it.
Huh?
Oh. Oh, you do see it! I thought you didn't! What?! I thought you didn't see it! You actually look quite fine under the mask. I mean, I was gonna say, like, he probably looks more like Cherish because, you gotta keep it there. Oh, this is so cute!
No.
Music to my— oh, that's weird coming from you.
Yes.
I wonder if he's like this with other S supports.
From today on, we'll hone our edges. Together. We'll carve a path to happiness through whatever fate may bring.
Man, he actually is really handsome without the mask. That was sweet. Genuinely, I had no idea that Jerome took his mask off. I thought he was just gonna stay masked the entire game. I didn't even... Okay, so that should really... So here's the thing. Obviously, I played through this game, but I think if I remember right, I remember saying that I didn't pair Jerome off with anyone. I figured he wouldn't... I figured that, his solo ending fit for him. I didn't know he took his mask off. Okay. That does mean when I see the other... That does mean when we see the other S supports between Jerome and the female characters, I'm genuinely curious to see if, like, he can be, to see if, like, to see if he takes his mask off for them too. Oh my god, that's so cool. Alright. Alright. Let's see, who's the next male here? Is that Inigo? Yeah. Alright, so next up is Inigo. Oh boy. Virion as the father. Oh, criminy. Okay. Alright, who's ready for me to just be snickering throughout this entire video because of its Inigo?
Hey there.
God damn it. I'm sorry. It's just I cannot deal with the hey there. I can't. I can't. It's so stupid. Anyway, so unpausing my story. So, the first line that this person said was that, like, I know this review is 3 years old, but there's a lot in this that's wrong, lol. And I'm just like, why did you put the lol there? So, but yeah, so this person basically just, like, corrected me on information that I had wrong, like, 3 years ago. And the information was that, one, I thought that, at the time when I wrote the review up, I thought that Awakening was actually the first 3D Fire Emblem game. And of course I was immediately corrected once I posted the shit. For one, so that was the first piece. And then the second piece was the fact that, I also said that, like, I basically said some things that were wrong that, when, you know, that basically, because the thing is that with this game, I think I've said it before, that there's a lot in this game that is hella gay. Like, there are some supports, some lines that I'm just like, we're meant to read this with platonic intent? What the fuck? And in my review, I said that, I expressed these thoughts, and I said that, Intelligent System really should have just made Awakening the first Fire Emblem game to include, queer characters / supports or, ships or whatever, instead of 3 houses. And I was also corrected on that information, where... I forgot that there's a voice bite, like, I forgot there was a voice bite of Inigo just crying like a pathetic bitch. Oh my god, that's funny. But, oh yeah, this was the support, this was one of the supports that made me just hate Inigo so much, because it's like, he keeps trying to get Robin to go out on a date with him, and she's just like, I'm not interested, and he just refuses to accept it, and I hated it. It's like I hate that shit. It's like, if someone says no, don't keep going for it. It's like, this is why I think you're an r/nice guy. Anyway, as I was saying, like... So I was wrong about the queer-coded stuff, that, like, technically, if you want to get into it, there were queer characters in Fates, and all that. And apparently, this person also corrected me that apparently the past Fire Emblem games also had the queer characters. So while 3 Houses was the first Fire Emblem game to let you pursue those, same-sex relationships, it's not, you're not exactly right on on Three Houses being the first Fire Emblem game to have just characters in general. And it's like 3 years ago I was like, okay, I was wrong about that. I didn't know, obviously. But I just did not like how I just didn't know. Talking to you was an infuriating experience. I love that. Just like Robin's just like, I am so done with this dick. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it's just like the way that this person was just replying to me. It's just like, yeah, this is 3 years old. You'd think I wasn't corrected on the information by now? I mean, not to mention too that it's like I literally state in the post itself that God damn it, that Awakening was literally my first Fire Emblem game. Like no and that even when where I heard about Fire Emblem, it wasn't because of word of mouth, it was because of Smash Brothers. Like it should be clear from that post that yeah, I didn't know shit about Fire Emblem before. Like no fuck. You know, that's like, yeah, no fuck, I was wrong on some of this and I've been corrected on it. I don't need to be corrected again. So yeah. But the reason I bring this up was because like I actually was thinking about maybe just like reading my post out loud. I was actually thinking of reading my post out loud just so like I could just like not necessarily end it, but just for shits and giggles, I guess. Anyway, I need to pay attention to what's going on the screen because I'm like, wait a minute. What's going on? Oh yeah, and also because I was actually rereading it too yesterday, and I forgot I did a best boy, best girl, worst boy, worst girl thing for it, and I divided it up by the generations, by first and second, and you want to know who was the worst boy for the second gen? I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's like I never forgot that. Like seriously, Inigo and Severa were definitely the worst for me in this game in terms of the second gen. But I did make it clear in the post that it's like, you know, and as I've made it clear even in this series, that yeah, I get why they are the way they are. You know, a lot of it's just, you know, coping mechanisms. And I'm not gonna, you know, they do have their moments where they shine. And I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty clever. But, you know, but even then, I just don't enjoy their characters when they act like that a lot of the time. I enjoy the more hidden depths of themselves. Hey there. God damn it. Alright, so let's see how he manages to get under my skin with this. When it comes to wooing, I have been the very model of restraint, says the guy who can't even take no for an answer. Yeah, it's like, oh, how unlike you. I've only talked to women in order to strengthen our bonds as fellow soldiers. You don't need to talk to only women, though, for that. I hope to settle down and spend more time with the person I love. Oh my god. Sensitive woman that you are. Why do I feel offended by that? It's like this. The person I love more than anyone. Well, it's you! Can't be more romantic, huh? It just occurred to me. I'm sorry, I'm just remembering. A foolish, frivolous man needs someone like you. Interesting. Someone to tell me what's what. To show me the right path. To keep me in line. To keep you in line? Bitch, I married you off to Luce. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't hate you, you're just extremely annoying. But only if you promise that you'll stop trying to woo other women. I love how he says this, and it's just like, my guy, you were literally asking me to marry you. To be with you. And the one thing I ask you to do is to stop trying to flirt with other women. And you find that so hard. It's like, what the fuck? I will have no eyes for no one but you. Oh.
I used to say this to all the ladies, but you're truly the only one for me.
Oh my god, I was cringing so hard! Oh my god, I was cringing so hard! Oh my god, I didn't like that. Ugh, it was so gross. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm sorry. It was just so gross. I hated it. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I never want to deal with it again. Please, no. Oh my god. Anyway, so what I was thinking about was that I was thinking about, so by the time I had gotten Inigo, Robin and Crom were already married, and Robin and Crom were already married, and, and I think at this point, well, not at this point, but I think, like, by the time, like, I think I had Luce and Inigo already, like, not as supported, but definitely, like, digging on each other, and it's just, like, the whole support convo between female Robin and Inigo, it's, like, there were moments where I'm just, like, I know that the supports don't, like, they were getting, like, that the events that happen in the supports aren't necessarily, aren't, like, basically they happen in a pocket dimension and a vacuum space, and all that, Like, yeah, no matter what, like, basically, it doesn't matter, like, what, it doesn't matter what goes on in the supports, Like, basically what I'm trying to get at is that, like, by the time that I got the female Robin and Inigo supports, oh my god, it was just, like, I felt so uncomfortable already because of Inigo just not taking no for an answer, but also because of the fact that he's going after a woman that is happily married and has children. And even worse than that, it's his future wife's mother-in-law. It was just like, oh my god, this is some weird shit. Oh my god. And then you have the S support, because I remember in, like, actually, I don't have my DS with me, I have to go get it. I'm actually gonna bring up the Luce and Inigo S support, because, I think there's also, because I think if I remember right, there was also, because the thing is that moment where Robin asks Inigo to, like, not try to woo other women and such, and he finds it so hard, he does the same thing with Luce! this where it's like, I think she tells him, like, hey, can you not flirt with other women while you're with me, please? It makes me uncomfortable. And he was like, ugh, do I have to? And I'm just like, you are marrying this woman! What is better than a princess? Like, let me fucking find Lucina. Where's Inigo? There he is. Let's see. It's about to get stranger. Okay, I'm looking through the support right now. Sorry, I just looked at this line, like basically, like, listen to this line here. I record everything any girl says to me, insults and all. Tell me you're desperate. Wow, oh my god, that's actually really cute. Would you be the sword at my side? Oh, maybe he doesn't do that. Who am I thinking of that he does that with? Aw. Elysian royalty, I guess I never thought I was worthy. Sounds I figured Crom would murder me if I tried anything. Don't worry, love, you'll always come first in my book? Wow. There shouldn't be a book at all! Oh my god. Lucina, I catch you looking at another woman and it'll be me chopping you into bloody bits. Fuck. Listen, that's fair. Okay, so he doesn't do that. I thought he did! Alright, so that was Inigo. Next up is Brady. Ugh. Alright, let's see. Oh, he looks weird with white hair. So yeah, Henry's the father for Brady here. God damn it. I love that. Just like, what's that?
You want some?
Sorry if you're hearing my cat. She is currently using the litter box again. Oh, I think I remember the support. It's basically Robin trying to help Brady improve his endurance. Are you crying? I said shut your yapper, I'll never cry! God, does anyone know of that meme where it's three girls sitting on a bench and they're looking at this one dude who's struggling to tie his shoes and they're just like, how long has he been at that for? Why is this fucking Brady? Man, it's cold.
Wow.
I was actually surprised. I was actually surprised. Today was fucking like only in the 50s. We've been getting like 60, 70-degree weather today. I mean, today. For the last couple weeks. I gotta get stronger, Robin.
Right.
I love how he says that teach me to fight better, you. Bitch! I'm a tactician who can wield both a sword and tomes. I can kick your ass. Meanwhile, you can just heal people. You ain't a cleric. Wait, you are a cleric. Well, actually, a troubadour. How do you pronounce that? I've been hearing...
Right.
Like I think about... Fuchan has said, like, it as, like, troubadour. And I'm like, is that how you pronounce it? I always pronounce it as troubadour.
You want some?
Well,
Yeah, lack of stamina. He says this. I mean, to be fair, stamina is super important when it comes to combat. You know, because it's like, it's not, you know, because while it is a matter of like how much stronger you are than your enemy, it also matters how long you last against them. And that's a matter for stamina. You can't just eat the things you like. You need a balanced diet. Listen, don't be... Equal parts beef and pork? Oh, God.
all right.
I mean, meat, grains, fruits, and veggies, and dairy. And no more late nights. A dissolute lifestyle leads to all kinds of health problems. Listen, don't be calling me... Oh, man, I fucking remember this. Like, I was just, like, offended because I was like, God damn it, don't call me out. A bit boring, ain't it? Well, we gotta work on your stamina, hun.
Back off.
If you don't want to hear my advice, I have other things I could be doing. Wait, I have other things? I ain't complaining, I'll stick to your program like glue. Why'd I say it like that? Brady getting buff.
Whoa.
A weight machine.
Yeah.
It's my secret soup! What the hell does soup have to do with building my cannons? This is a gross soup, but it'll help you be so well.
No.
Carrots, turnips, leeks, and pig trotter's secret stuff. Man, the thing is like, you know... Oh, excuse me. Man, it's like...
Well, yeah.
Ooh. Robin Sensei.
Thanks.
Who ain't you a peach?
Whoa.
Man, it's actually really interesting because it's like it's making me think about like the availability of health food, you know, of health foods, and it's just like Bro, the reason I feel like, you know, like a big part of the reason why people just don't eat more healthily and more healthier is because of the fact that like it's so expensive.
Hey,
But I think part of it, you know, but I think part of it is also just because of the fact that like it doesn't taste good. Why the fuck would you want to eat food that don't taste good? I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. I say as an out of shape bitch. Daily doses of veggie goodness. What needs saying to you, yeah?
Hey,
Life and death serious. Come a long way this last little while, yeah? I keep wanting to say it's southern.
well,
Making it really hard for me to say I love you. I actually really like this. It's I want to drink your soup every day for the rest of my life. Let me drink your soup.
no kidding.
Play the cool cat. The cool cat. Aw, that's cute. I loves you, Robin. I'm crazy about you.
oh,
We're old and busted. We're old and creaky. I mean, I do like the sentiment of that. Like, I mean, I do like the sentiment of that. Like, I want to be with you. I want to grow old with you. It's cute. Aw, that's cute.
yeah.
Soup's on! Oh god, what is the support gonna be like? The love confession?
You make me want to be stronger, better. I swear to become a guy worthy of your love.
Aww, that was actually really sweet. That was actually really sweet. I swear, I'll become a guy worthy of your. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so fucking sweet. Like, I want to be some. I want to become a. I want to be. I want to become a man that is worthy of your love. That's so sweet. Granted, it was. Granted, the way up to it, the lead up to that line was fucking funny. But that's actually really sweet. That's really sweet. Seriously, I love, you know, love like that. You know, becoming, you know, wanting to become people that would be worthy of each other's love. It's so sweet. Alright, next up is Laurent. Who's the father in this time? Rickon! Oh my god. Powerhouse couple of Muriel and Rickon, the two most powerful mages of the shepherds.
Hello.
Whoa.
Say,
Huh?
indeed.
How long is this? Wow, it's not that long. It's actually kind of interesting. I remember looking up, I remember reading somewhere that that due to the amount of supports everywhere, like, yeah, the quality of them can be really hit or miss.
Right.
And it's like, I do kind of wonder if maybe, like, because we've obviously been seeing some shorter, like, supports and all that. Like, especially, like with this one, it's only 7.5 minutes. And this is including the S support, so it's like, I mean, I'm not saying that length determines the quality, but I don't know. But I think if anything, but I think with just how large this cast is and the idea of like having to write dynamics in which, these two characters would interact with one another, it's like, yeah, I think it's pretty, what's the word? I think it's pretty, expected to have some crap supports, let's just say. I am kind of interested if like there are any really good supports in the later games, like in Three Houses and Engage.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I've heard people say, like Engage's characters are not exactly the most compelling.
Well,
Like they're pretty mid, to be honest. And I'm not, and I don't agree or disagree with that statement. I mean, I don't know what the characters are like, so what I shouldn't have to, so I don't feel like it's right of me to give an opinion.
Say,
huh?
simply put,
You seem incredibly busy. Well, yeah, I'm a tactician. It's like, I gotta make sure things are done. It's like, I gotta make sure things go according to plan. Along with flirting with my husband, yes. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a late...
my thanks.
Sorry about me yawning. I got a late start to the day. Like, I woke up at like 20 to 4. And that was partly because I'd stayed up so late yesterday. Or this morning, sorry.
Whoa.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we shouldn't be too much longer into the second gen. Because,
Say,
again, we're gonna, I mean, to be fair, I think this whole stream in itself is gonna be a little shorter than usual.
do be careful.
It's gonna be like it's gonna be like the ending of the Hanako route in Katawa Shoujo. Where, like, it ended like an hour to an hour and a half, and we just spent the next half hour just talking. Zatsudanin. Zatsu.
Do watch out.
Well,
Aw. Yeah, I will say this. I think this is part of the reason why I like Laurent better than his mother is because of the fact that, like, he's actually, like, he seems to actually give a fuck about other people. I guess, okay, I shouldn't say that. Like, I'm not saying that, like, Muriel also doesn't give a fuck, doesn't give a fuck about her peers and such. But it definitely, but she has a very, like, unconventional way of showing it, whereas Laurent is a lot more, vocal about it, I guess, is a good way of putting it. Like, look at this right here, he's like, encouraging Robin, like, hey, listen, I'll take care of shit for you, don't push, like, you need to rest, and Robin's like, okay.
Say,
no.
Excuse me.
indeed.
I'm sorry if I spoke harshly. No, dude, that was like a good talking to.
Well,
Yeah, it's like the talking to, stern talking to, are out of concern. Aw. I care for my friends and hope to keep them well. Aw, sweetheart.
huh?
Simply put,
Oh. This is probably one of the most normal S supports I've ever seen. To be the man at your side from now until the end of days. Aw.
my thanks.
Excelsior! There's the weirdness. Oh.
You've been an object of fascination since I first saw you. One I would gladly spend my life investigating.
Aw. And he took his hat off too? What a gentleman. That is a gentleman right there. That is a gentleman. That was actually one of the most normal S supports I've ever seen. Like, I'm not gonna, like, I understand that a lot of S supports are gonna be tailored to the characters and their dynamics and such, but it's just like, I feel like some of them I'm just like, there needs to be a degree of seriousness, and some of them just don't take it. But this was definitely a really charming one, because I'm like, aw. It was straightforward and traditional, and sometimes that works. It works. Alright, next up is Yarnay. Who's up after that? Is that... Ooh. Alright, so we just got one more second gen and then we'll be done. That's good. Who's the father in this? I'm sorry. Gregor.
Sorry.
And how long is this one? Just over 9 minutes. Okay.
Whoa.
It's like, not to mention, this is a little fetishizing, don't you think, Robin?
Hey.
A little petting will calm you down. Of course I gotta stick up my ass. What the fuck? That ended so abruptly.
Right.
You didn't just let me creep up on you. Those great long ears of yours can hear me coming a mile away. The question just occurred to me. Would I fuck a giant bunny man? Considering how much I lust over his mother. I think I would, but not Yarnay. And the thing is, I just see him as my kid. Like, the funny thing is, that it's just like, I look at all the second gen as my kids, regardless if they're blood related to me or not, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's hard for me to imagine fucking my kids. It's like, it's gross. I don't want that. I'm only doing this just because I'm curious.
I'm so sorry.
probably shouldn't say that string of words together. I'm not going to repeat it because that can be taken out of context. I never feel that That's a little weird. Yeah, like, I should hope that's not the only reason you want to keep me around. I love how he keeps saying this even though his mother is still alive. I actually do kind of wonder, like, if you're playing this on classic mode and you recruit the kids but then the parent dies, like, do the kids just disappear? Or do they just, like, stay there, mourn? Oh, God. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just going under the assumption that Panea is dead. Like, well, actually, no, that wouldn't even make sense, because in order to recruit the kids in the first place, the parents have to be alive. And they have supports with the parents. I don't know. Does classic mode affect the supports in any way? I don't imagine it does, but, like, in a way of, like, would Yarne keep, like, talking about him being the last of the toggle if his mother actually was dead? Oh. Oh, is this one of the few supports where something actually happens? Oh. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there are, like, I will say this right now, there are some supports, not a lot, but there are some where they'll actually have, like, events happen outside of not talking. Like, there's another one with Owain and his father support. I'll hold them off.
All right. What?
Yeah, you're not a coward, bunny boy. Or how about we fight them off together? I mean, listen, you're a giant bunny man and I'm an over-level grandmaster.
Whoa.
I love how they're having this talk even while they're being surrounded. Maybe?
Let's go.
Alright, what's the S support gonna be like?
Hey.
Oh, we got wounded. Oh, how did you know this was my favorite trope? Nice. Just like a toggle.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. What a dashing and brave soldier you've become. Jeez, the compliments. I think that counts for bravery. I mean, putting your life at risk to protect the one you love, that's always brave. Aw, that's cute. Aw. I will say, I do like the little doubts of hesitation with the guy, you know, with the other party just going like, listen, if you don't want to, that's alright, I'm just, you know, just making sure, you know you have a consent and agency in this relationship. Oh.
I love you. Let's repopulate my species. Sorry, was that awkward?
What are you... The way that line was delivered, like, I love you, let's repopulate my species! Dude, that means we're gonna fuck a lot. I love you. Oh, jeez. Alright, we have one last second gen, and of course it has to be with my best boy. My baby boy. Owain. With the father being Libra. And I think after this, we're not gonna go to intermission, but I think after we're done with Owain, I'm gonna take a quick break. To go to the bathroom, because I need to go.
Whoa.
'Tis the lady tactician! Evidence of fortune's work. Would milady for the nonce stop the sands of time that o'er centuries have flowed? What? I love him.
Well,
Do you have a moment? Oh, poopy.
I see.
Well, for starters, you should try speaking like a normal person. Leave him be, alright? Hark now! In my hand I hold my faithful friend, a shimmering sliver of silver steel. My weapon, my blade, my companion to death. It demands a sacred appellation! Right. You want help naming your sword? Yes! 2 souls united are we, words mere gilding to instinctive understanding. Okay, but why do you need my help? Aren't you the Chunibyo around here? But therein lies the rub, for I cannot conjure the proper agnomen. Not one that sounds cool anyway. Listen, baby, it's fine.
Right.
Okay, I guess I could come up with some ideas. I'd be most grateful. My blade is like a brother to me. How I adore it. I'll give you two some privacy then, okay?
a hero is never idle.
'Tis the titler, she who was chosen by fate to name my faithful blade. No, I think you were the one who asked me to do it. Enough idle chit-chat. Has inspiration struck? Prithee, do you have a name? Can I have more time, please?
We're in this together.
Today is not the day my sword receives its sacred appellation. Oh, my poor, sweet sword. Yes, I too grieve at the insufferable delay. Oh my... But we must remember the Tyler cannot be rushed, no matter how tardy she may be. Oh my god. If you can talk to the thing, why don't you just ask what it wants to be called?
What?
I never thought of that. I love Owain so much. Nay, woman, nay, you speak the impossible! It must be thee who proffers the name. A vow has been made and sealed in blood. Should we break it, great and horrible will be the curses that rain down upon us. Can you at least give me a hint? What do you want it to sound like? Well, it should have strong, manly letters, like V or D or G, and no Q's. It must be a forceful name that strikes fear into the hearts of evildoers everywhere.
Whoa.
Please give me a couple of examples. Vermidog, Vice Guard, Cloverfinger. Nah, man, not fam. Wow, those are all so great. She says so sarcastically. Ah, I know what you're doing. You seek to evade your responsibility as Titler. Yet remember that fate herself entrusted you with this sacred task. Now speak, Titler. Give us your answer. What shall be the name?
Sorry.
Look, listen. I can't think of shit. I mean, what's the rush? Anyway, I mean... Yeah. Explain thee self! Thou self. Explain thee! I think you need to spend more time with your sword. By the gods, that's not a bad notion at all! Find the character and thence the name! Perhaps this is what fate had in mind when she brought about that meeting twixt us. That was a weird pause, and I'm sorry I ran out of breath.
Hoy there.
That's another voice line that makes me laugh. We've been seeking you, my partner and I, for we wish to offer our humble thanks.
Well,
You mean your sword?
Yeah.
After our fruitful dialogue, I was resolved to become better acquainted with my blade. Strange to tell, but since that day, we've become a mighty force on the battlefield. 'Tis like the gods themselves are reaching down to guide every parry and blow. Oh?
Down, sword hand.
Yes! Why, just the other day, some fiend launched an arrow at my back. Instead of striking me, it glanced off the blade as I swung to strike another. Says the Risen. Training has become easier. I learn new skills without effort, and my armor gleams. Plus, I found a 4-leaf clover and got the end cut of the roast 3 days running. Oh my god, I love it. Everything's coming up, Wayne! I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, but good for you.
Yeah.
You couldn't give my sword a name, sure. But instead, you pointed the way to a deeper understanding of my faithful blade. And let's face it, that's much more important than some silly moniker. I'll be sure to seek you out the next time I need advice on anything. I am genuinely curious how the S support's gonna go here. Like, is this... Like, we find out he named the blade Robin or something? Oh, fount of deepest understanding! Oh, goddess of infallible wisdom! Okay, thank you. I very much appreciate it, but please, just be quiet. What is the S support of these two gonna be like? Oh?
hey,
What's the matter?
Well,
I have no idea why I'm down.
huh?
It must be serious if you've stopped the lordly speechifying.
hey,
Yeah, I've given up on that. It was starting to irritate even me. I love you, Owain. To the physicians, the healers, and neither can help. Oh, are you in love? I must have picked up an infection or something, or it's depression, or it's love. Love, love, love. Oh.
Huh?
yeah.
I find enough strength coursing through me to lift a wyvern. Well, that's a way of putting it. My chest tightens and I can barely breathe. Yeah, that's love, honey. You have to tell me what disease I have. It's called love sickness. It's not a disease, but it is serious. Oh. I have an embarrassing illness.
No.
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Right.
You spend a lot of time thinking about me, don't you? I mean, inordinately? Yes.
All right.
And when you do think about me, you feel that tightening in the chest, don't you? Doesn't that sound familiar? Isn't that what love feels like? She's processing. By the mullet of Ike? The mullet of Ike? The mullet of Ike. Did Ike have a mullet? Zounds. I can see why you were embarrassed to tell me. Oh. Fancy having to tell a man that he's in love with me. I mean, what if I'd been wrong and you just laughed in my face? Yeah, that would have been embarrassing. I'd have never lived it down. Aw, I guess I did put you on the spot there. Sorry. Youthful innocence is one of your many charms. Aw, he's just so cute.
Well,
Charming enough to wow, the smoothness, the riz,
Yeah.
the riz. Talking like a noble with a thesaurus. Oh, come on, that's one of his best traits. Yeah, I got it. There you go, baby.
you eluded my defenses and pierced my heart. It seems I've finally found my weakness.
Aww, that's so sweet. Oh, that was so sweet. And the fact that he looked away while blushing, oh my god. It fits his character, because he would be super embarrassed to say something like that to someone that he loved. Oh, that's so cute. Ah, that was cute. Alright, so now we just have the Spot Pass characters left. But before we move on to that, we're going to take a quick break. A quick break. It's not going to be too long. I just need to go to the bathroom really fucking badly. So, yeah. Bathroom breaks are abound, and we'll be right back with the Spot Pass characters. See you in a bit. Alright, I'm back. I do want to check on something real quick before we continue on. Holy shit. So much stuff. Oh shit. Okay. Whew, okay. Let's not do that. Whew. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to check some stuff real quick before I continued on. Anyway, let's get back into it, shall we? Alright, so Alright, so now that we're... Oh, that was the wrong window. So now that we're back... Oh, this is it. So now that we're back with, now that we're done with this second gen, now all that's left is just the spot pass characters. Let's see, who do I want to start off with? I think, a Versa should be good. And I say a Versa because I am curious to see, like, how her, thing is going to be different. If I can find her. Where is she? Where is the bitch? There she is. Alright, I'm not going to bring the thing up just yet. Because I just want to see if this is different. It is different! Okay. Okay. Alright. Give me a moment. But yeah, okay, so it is different. I mean, I know that the Basilia thing is different. Oh, wait. Let me check. Oh, I guess that's so... Wow, they are actually different. I didn't think they would be. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's start off with Basilio then. Alright, so we're now moving on to the side character / spot pass characters. And, yeah, we'll just do that, I guess. Alright, so first up we have Basilio. I didn't think that they would be different.
Yes?
Oh,
Oh, great.
I'll never get over,
Right.
I want to buy your services. I mean, as a tactician. But my need is greater, and that's a fact. My man really said, fuck Crom, I want you.
All right.
But yeah, I'll never get over the male Robin and Basilio support. Like, that was funny. Just like the fact that he just was just like, listen, I'm gonna tell you all these stories. You need to get a woman to get laid. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm so sneaky.
Yes?
Yes. Something really funny about that, like, that delivery.
Alright.
I brought proof of my sincerity. Ta-da! A bouquet, huh? But it's no more than you deserve. I've met a lot of women in my time, but never one as sharp and as willing and able to improve herself as you. Are you trying to flatter me, or what are you doing here? It's starting to sound like a different kind of proposition altogether. Fuck, I'm sorry. It's actually really funny because at this point in my playthrough, Robin was fully well married to Crom, and I love the idea that it's just like my Robin having to explain to Basilia, like, you do realize I'm married, right? Happily at that. I have like 2 beautiful children with my husband. I don't know if this is a good idea. Again, I know that like, I was gonna say extramarital. I know that like, you know.
I don't know.
Eat the flowers? Are they even edible? Excuse me.
Yes?
Yes.
Right.
Maybe tactician is the wrong word. What I need is a toady? You need an assistant?
Huh?
Excuse you, what? No, you better treat me the way I deserve to be treated. Yeah, like, that's so insulting. It's like, bitch. And even if I did want to be your lackey, my loyalty remains with Crom. I love how he just came out and said assistant. It's like, bitch, you realize you're talking to a woman? Like, I know that I am not very high up on the totem pole here of authority or in power, but goddamn, I deserve to be treated better than that.
Alright.
Well,
It's a thin line between persistent and pig-headed. Oh my god, you're as bad as Inigo. You don't like taking no for an answer. This conversation is over. My stubborn attitude is all part of my abundant charm. No. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning so much.
Alright. Hold on.
oh,
Oh, was I? Fancy that!
Right.
huh?
I mean, good, because I had no intention of accepting. Smooth.
Hold on.
Wow, they actually drew a blush on for him. It's actually kind of interesting.
Alright.
Yes, I want you to be my wife! I clapped my eye on you. I've been yearning to make you mine. I clapped my eye on you. Why is that such a weird thing to me to say? Ew! My big brown heart. What?! I feel like this is getting a little racist now!
Alright.
My lady.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right.
As ever. Was that a typo? A barrel of mead. Nah, fam. Not on our wedding night.
Just think of all the fun times we're gonna have. All the battles. I'm gonna make you proud.
I will say I do like the pose. I do like the pose. Alright. That was a little funny. Oh, man. So next up... Excuse me, we got Gangrel. Oh boy. Whoops. This is gonna be interesting. God, how are the S supports gonna be with this? Oh, it's gonna be so weird.
Yeah.
Well, someone has to pick up the slack around here. Especially for those with nothing better to do than waste time with pointless banter.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie, like, unless these supports are also good, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I like the more serious... Oh.
What's a woman like you doing in the service of a man like Crom?
What do you mean?
Oh, Crom's a brave fellow, true, but he's chosen a hard road to travel. I'm not sure I see the attraction for someone of your... caliber. Seems like you could do better than collect crumbs from his table.
Well,
It is a hard road, no denying it, but it's the same we've always traveled. Through thick and thin, we've stuck together. I see no reason to change that.
Oh.
But I expect nothing less. I've had my eye on you ever since our first battle. Is there a point to all this?
Huh. But yeah, as I was saying, it's just like... I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want the more serious conversations we'd had with these Spot Pass characters as male Robin.
huh?
Like, it just makes me think, like, they really did not want to have any seriousness with female Robin, huh?
Oh.
What?
What do you want, Gangrel?
I want you to leave Crom and his gang and serve as my tactician instead. You're trying to recruit me? Do you not realize how I beat your ass last time? Will you serve as tactician to Plesia?
I'm so sorry.
I'm honored, I suppose? But no, I never take a position there. Why not? Plegia is as fine a realm as any in the land. Yes, it is. And I'm the tactician who inflicted a humiliating defeat on her. What would your people say if I were given control of their army? The people? You don't have to worry about them. They love their old king, you know. If I tell them you're the woman for the job, they'll welcome you with open arms. Uh-huh. Perhaps even hold a parade in your honor. So after this war is over, you intend to return to Plesia? I suppose. Most likely. I haven't given it much thought, to be honest. But if you don't return, you'll have no need for a tactician anyway. Perhaps you should decide your own future before we start discussing mine. I suppose you're right. What am I going to do after this war?
Oh,
Let me know what you come up with. Or don't. That's fine too.
My man really offered to let me become his tactician and doesn't even know he's going back. I brought you a gift.
Flowers? That's odd coming from you. I suppose it is now that you mention it. Not quite my image, eh? Truth is, this is the first time I've ever tried this sort of thing. In the old days, I couldn't swing my arms without striking one sycophant or another. And I did. Fairly often. Simpering merchants, trembling corporals, women of all types and backgrounds. Everyone was agreeable, whether I earned their friendship or not. It was the throne they revered, not the man who sat in it. Really? Why, how shocking, like I didn't know that, dipshit. Anyway, have you made a decision yet about where you'll go after the war? Not yet. I'm still considering all the possibilities. That cur Valadar left Plegia little more than a smoking ruin. She's a shadow of her former self, and no denying. Your realm has suffered greatly, it's true. When this war is done, I'm not sure there will be a nation to govern or people to serve. But then again, if it can be saved, the former king is just the man for the job. I don't hear you disagreeing. In fact, your face almost looks hopeful. Has my rousing speech convinced you to quit Crom and cast your lot with me? No, not at all. But I am glad to see you taking things seriously, for once. Of course I do when it comes to Plesia. I hope you'll do the same, tactician.
Interesting. So even she's like, listen, you were a pretty good ruler for Plesia. This is gonna be a weird fucking S support.
wow.
Considering that, like, he was once my enemy. Oh my god, I just realized the fucking purpose for this. Purpose. It's the enemies to lovers trope. This is why they exist. This is why the S supports exist. It's the enemies to lovers trope. Yeah, right? I love that. This is starting to sound like a different kind of proposal altogether.
Really? That's it?
How much more clear can I be? I'm asking for your hand in marriage, woman! Tactician wife. It's all the same. Who cares about the details? I think they're quite different. That had to be the most ham-fisted marriage proposal I've ever heard in my life. Good on you, Robin. I'll jump through whatever hoops you deem fit. Well, at least he's honest. You'll make me a better person, my lady. Wow. Wow, such words.
Right.
That's almost romantic, in a way. Get down on your knees. Slaughter all the livestock you can find! Kill the pigs and the cows! We're having a bloodbath! Listen, it'll take time. Then we slaughter everything. No! Slaughtering! Yeah, this is gonna be a little work.
How in blazes did you get me to bluff you? If you're trying to make a new man of me, it's working.
Aww. That was actually kind of romantic. How the hell did you get me to love you? That's cute. That's cute. I swear I'll become a better man. Man, that's an interesting fucking support. How did you get me to love you? Oh my god. Alright, next up is Walhart. Oh boy. I was this big, strong. I cringe just saying that. Love redeems. Oh.
Oh,
What? Yes. Well,
I actually remember really liking the support between Walhart and male Robin.
oh,
So you rejected strategy entirely?
this is nature.
I was the conqueror, master of all men. My domain stretched from sea to sea. I held no disdain for your strategy. I simply had no need of it.
see.
So all was decided on the battlefield, man to man and steel to steel?
Yes.
Yes. But clearly mine was the wrong way, for it is I who stand here as your servant. I who am tarred forever with the ignominy and shame of ultimate defeat.
Though we question your motives, there's no shame in losing a war. You fought bravely and well. Nobody thinks less of you in defeat.
Fool, of course they do. They think me weak, and they are correct. If a man demands respect at the end of a sword, he has none left when it shatters.
Walhart, you lost a single battle. That hardly makes you weak.
Lead or be led.
It does in my world, but I know that Crom believes differently, and he is the victor. The vanquished have no right to their own convictions. They must follow their masters.
Well,
But it's a healthy thing to have a mix of different beliefs, new ways of doing things. Even if we don't agree with them, learning about other ideas only makes us stronger. You must promise not to forsake your views. I can learn something from your ways. Can you, though?
Very well.
You speak as a child that has captured a particularly interesting insect. But no matter. I shall indulge your whim. There are worse ways to pass the time. Oh, am I actually gonna like this support too?
oh,
What?
Come again to shake the jar of your captive insect, have you?
yeah.
Your words, not mine. I'm simply hoping you could tell me more about your views.
I don't know what fascination they hold, but you should remember this. Crom was the victor, and together you have the power to vanquish all. You don't need the delusions of the defeated to make you stronger.
No.
That's where you're wrong, Walhart. It was a miracle that we prevailed.
Was it, though?
The slightest nudge of the scales, and the outcome would have been far different.
Pah! There's no such thing as miracles. You won by cunning and might alone. And I lost because of my own weakness. A weakness exposed by you.
So you believe all victors to be powerful and all defeated weak. Is this accurate?
Yes.
You have the right of it.
Furthermore, you assert that the weak are obliged to obey the powerful. Is this so?
Well,
That, too, is my belief.
Right.
Then change it.
what?
Explain.
Well,
When there's life, there's a will, and where there's will, there's the power to change. And that is what I want you to do.
Your words are wind. They mean nothing.
yeah.
To live is to make mistakes. We've all sipped the bitter cup of defeat, but we live to drink another day. What matters is not how often we fail, but what we learn from those failures.
Very well.
Learn from failure. The very idea. Yet, as it comes from my victorious rival, I am obliged to consider it. Very well, tactician. I shall meditate upon your words, and we will speak again.
That's all I ask.
Wow, an interesting concept. Learn from the failure? Who knew?
What? What?
Aw, you're actually helping me. What a good boy. Holding me? You're holding me? Huh. Okay. Man, I must...
Meager effort.
We do not enslave prisoners of war in this army, Walhart! And for that matter, we don't refer to any of our soldiers as grunts. Everyone is on equal terms here. Menial tasks are shared by all.
Why am I not surprised at such a sickening display of misguided democracy? Very well then, order me to carry your books.
I don't think I'm comfortable with that.
Is nature.
You are an army of equals, yes? Menial tasks are shared by all? Then even the great Walhart should not be above such things. Or do you just pay lip service to equality while the hierarchy is alive and well?
No.
Fine, you win. Walhart, I order you to carry my books.
Gladly. What the fuck, this truck is hardly heavy. The tactician who brought down my army has the strength of a mewling kitten. 'Tis amusing to think such a brilliant warmonger can barely lift a box of papers.
Yeah.
It wasn't me who brought you down, it was the combined strength of our army. Measured 1 against 1, I'd barely come up to your ankle. Figuratively speaking.
Are you worthy?
Yet you have the power to marshal the collective strength of your fellow men. The people of this world could do far worse than to have you as supreme ruler. I wager you could bring the prosperity and peace they've long yearned for.
Whoa.
I didn't realize you cared so much about the lives of the small folk.
No.
It was my methods that were wrong, not my motives. It all fell apart once I began to worship might for its own sake. That wicked Grimleal fanatic whispering lies in my ear didn't help matters. The responsibility was all mine, but I can't help but think, what if I'd met you instead of Exilus? Perhaps I'd have seen the error of my ways. Perhaps I'd become the benevolent monarch I first set out to be.
Oh.
It's not too late. You still have the power to put things right, to improve the lives of all.
What?
I could scarce believe such folly.
Well,
Remember what I told you before? When there's life, there's a will, and where there's will, there's a power to change.
Well,
Very well. As you have spoken truth to me before, I shall trust you and your words.
It's all true. You'll see.
Interesting.
what?
This is gonna be funny.
huh?
Yes.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even as he looks like this.
My gratitude.
He used to be so intimidating and angry, but now look at you.
What?
Even as you were setting out on a path of conquest and subjugation.
Yes.
Well,
Man, this S support's actually starting off great.
yeah.
Good character development.
Yes.
Huh?
No, as my wife.
No.
I was almost called it.
Your wife!
Are you worthy?
Why is it my responsibility to help these men stay on the right path? I've grown very fond of you.
Well,
Aw, that's actually really sweet. Like, he's like, listen, you can think on it. I'm willing to wait for as long as it takes. Oh, that's actually really sweet. don't need any time. Let's go.
I approve. With you at my side, the path to glory shall be an easier one. Let us become as gods of strength and happiness.
He says with this intimidating as fuck sprite. Okay, I actually really like that, that support. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually kind of scared that it's like, because of the supports were gonna be different, that, that because the supports were gonna be different, that, well, yeah, that basically male Robin was gonna get the good character development and female Robin was gonna get the bad, but no, that was actually pretty good. I actually really liked the different ways in which, the Robins deal with these, like, aspects, you know what I mean? I mean, I will say, though, that it's like, I'm not necessarily a fan of the whole, like, I need you to keep me on the right path, and it's just like, it just reminds me of, like, how it's like, dude, if something happens to me, does that mean you're gonna, like, just go back down that route of villainy? I don't know, it's just like, not necessarily a fan of that. Alright, next up is Yenfei. After that is Emerin. I wonder if hers is gonna be different.
Whoa.
Wait, you mean to tell me that Sairi didn't take over as ruler, Chonson?
So be it.
Excuse me, sorry about this. You might want to, like, disapprove of his, like, his view of himself. Like, why does he only view himself as a blade, Robin?
Whoa.
Excuse me. That's not how it works, Robin.
Well,
Verily so.
I see.
Excuse me.
If I am to be your blade, I must be sure my edge is honed to razor sharpness.
Yeah.
Robin, please. Dude, she's just not, like, disapproving of that.
Oh.
There is no music whatsoever. That's creepy. Aw. There we go. There's the music. That was awkward.
Wow.
God, I need to stop yawning. Wow, he's homesick. Who knew?
No.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with missing your home. You're not just a blade that we send out to chop Risen in half, you know? You're a person. And a friend.
Thank you.
You speak kindly, Robin. The people of Chonson are strong. They will rebuild with or without me. So when this war is done, and our nations again know the sweet blessing of peace, I must set out to discover a new path for myself.
Huh?
A new path?
Aye.
I cannot return to my true home. And what use is a blade with no war to fight? I saw it in my dream. The future of this world has no place for the likes of me. As long as the flame of life still burns inside you, you will have a role. You speak as a poet, Robin. I'm just telling the truth. You'll find what you're looking for. I know you will. After all, when this war is won, you'll have plenty of time to find your way.
Many thanks.
Aww. My friend. Oh, just wait till us support, baby. Pretty soon I'm gonna be your lover. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta believe in my friends. I can't sing too much of that because I could get copyright. A boon? What do you want from me, babe? Do not make me go alone.
Huh?
I'm not sure what the Robin.
Thank you.
Advising me. Helping me. On each occasion you gave me the inner strength to persevere. I've begun to believe that with your help, I could reach my final home. But how?
If I may.
In life, there are many paths we can follow, and many choices to be made. It is far easier to find your way if you have someone with you, someone you trust, someone you love. Or so I have come to believe, thanks to you. Yanfei, I'm so happy to hear you say that. You have no idea. Aw. That's actually really sweet. We'll find our way, you and I both, and we'll find it together.
Many thanks.
Yes, together.
I claim to be no master in the arts of romance, but my love for you shall be challenged by none.
Aw, cute. Cute, cute. Alright, next up is Emerin.
I wonder if the supports are going to be different. I guess we'll just see.
Hey. Um. Well,
I'm trying to think if this is the same. I think this is the same.
huh? Oh.
I think this is the same. I want to
Yeah.
Do I help or hinder? Oh, I think it is different. I thought it was the same. I think it is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is different. Okay, that's good. Because I was going to say, like, it would be weird if they didn't change this.
Hey.
Yeah, this is different. Okay, so it is.
Well,
He took over the throne after you left. We're fighting against a grim dragon. Can you believe it?
yes. Oh.
Ooh, I don't know about that. You're still the exiled after all. I don't know if she would want to reclaim the throne, though. Emerin, you have brain damage. I mean, to be fair, I think it's because of the fact that he doesn't think he's leading Elise in the right direction, which makes sense with him, because, I mean, that was kind of his whole thing in the later half of the game, was, like, trying to be a good ruler for Elise.
Hey.
Well, let's see, you told her that she had to make a decision when she recovered her memories. You know, it's like, do you want to keep leading Elise, or should you let your brother do it? You know, your brother who you don't have any memories of. Yeah, like that whole thing.
Don't cry. Thank you.
Yeah, goal to get better, if you will. Man, I wonder, could Emerin fight when you recruited her? Like, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Just, like, having to deal with a fucking, like, person who can, she's like a battle axe cleric.
Yeah.
Oh, that was actually a really sweet support. I actually like that a lot more than the male Robin. I think it's because the male Robin kind of like just carried that undercurrent of like how, oh, you're gonna romance this woman when she's clearly not like, I don't want to say all there, but it's like you definitely know like she is not ready for a relationship. Yeah, very vulnerable position. So yeah. But yeah, this was a sweet thing. I thought this was the same at first. Alright. Oh god, we got a Versa. And I think if I... But I think after that it's, But I think after that it's like, we only got like... Yeah, we only got one left, because I think there was a Versa... Let me cut the window real quick. But yeah, I think we've got just a Versa and Priam left. Because there's Emerin. Yeah, so we just have Aversa and Priam left, and then we'll be done. Neat. All right, let me cut it. All right. Let's keep trucking. We got just a couple more to go. And would you believe it? We've actually had no fucking hiccups today. It just needs to keep... I think if we just keep going, we'll be alright. Kill.
You may call me a Versa.
Versa.
Oh.
What do you want with me, woman?
Huh?
Former? What do you mean by that? Just as I said. Oh, you've done a decent enough job as tactician up to now. But I think we all agree it's time you took a break and let the professionals take over. Go put your feet up and have a cup of tea. Crom's little army is safe in my hands now. Oh, I'm taking that as those be fighting words. Yeah, you scheming witch. I'm the tactician. I always have been and I always will be. Well, that's not really up to you now, is it? Crom and his soldiers need the best, and the best happens to be me. Are you saying you know more about running a battle than I do? Must I spell it out for you? When we faced off against each other, whose fingers got burned the most? I'll grant that you were a challenging foe, but it was I who claimed ultimate victory. Aw, I think I see the source of your confusion. Allow me to clarify. You think Crom won because of you, whereas, in fact, he won despite you. Trust me, when I'm his tactician, this campaign will go much more smoothly. You try and twist the words around your forked tongue, but the truth won't bend. I know what I've done, what I've achieved. Your lies don't change that. Well, well, the little woman has some fire in her yet. Clearly she won't give up her playthings without a tantrum. Still, time and ability are on my side. I'll soon have your precious position. Then Crom realized that it's me he wants.
Imagine this was a Robin married to Crom. She's just like, bitch, he's my man.
Wow.
Perhaps you can leave it with this tactician.
Really now?
When a lady needs to see her lord, there's no need to involve former staff. Especially when it's of a personal nature. Crom and his new tactician have private business, so run along. I see your fantasy life is as rich as ever. To think such a delusional fool would ever become tactician. Delusional? I think not. Crom is a hot-blooded man after all, and young besides. And when two young, passionate people are thrown together in such situations, well, sparks can fly. Oh my God. 2 young people? You must be a dozen years older than him if you're a day. Why, you insolent little...
8 years. 8 years, huh? Wow, the age gap.
Wow.
It might as well be essential. Oh my God. If it wasn't for my impeccable social graces, I'd teach you some manners.
Let's go.
I'm sure an alley cat like yourself can do little more than scratching. What is with the cat fighting in the support? After you would lecture me on decorum, after your comment about my age. Very well. Since you refuse to see reason, you leave me no alternative. I challenge you to a duel.
To a duel. Bitch, I can beat you with my hands behind my back.
Why, yes.
What is with the cat fighting? Bitch, I can beat you. This is absurd. We're supposed to be battling a common foe, not each other. But if it's a fight you want, then a fight you shall have. He's my man.
Let's go.
Huh? Why would I do that? Yeah, it's like, why would I do that? Oh, it's an ambush? The enemy? Probably.
What?
Then your defeat will have to wait. Listen, we'll go back to beating each other's asses when we defeat these other people's asses. Excuse me.
Wow.
Well, what's so wrong about that?
Well,
I love how they both were just like, fuck it, we're gonna cheat.
yeah. Why, yes.
She's like, but make no mistake, I will become his tactician.
Let's go.
Wow. Bitch, he my man. It is just fucking funny that, like, there was just, like, this was just a cat fight. Just, like... Excuse me. Like, it is just kind of funny, like, it was just a fucking cat fight between these two. Like, holy shit. Alright. Alright. One more to go, and it's Priam. Alright, last of the female Robin supports.
Hey,
Oh, serious music. Excuse me.
Got it?
The indomitable lone wolf. Wow. Recognize the alpha. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well,
Man, this is a lot different from the male Robin supports.
wow.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me. God, I really need to stop yawning.
Yeah.
I will provide occasional guidance. What does that mean?
Let's go.
Master Priam. Priam? I don't know how to pronounce it. I just pronounce it as Priam.
Hey.
Oh, new music. Only if you stop this master nonsense.
Yeah.
Why is this... Why does this music remind me of, the one track from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep? Just like... New Beginnings, I think it's called? I don't know, it's the thing that plays, like, when you're in the Land of Departure. You're not talking about magic, are you? I mean, I'm very skilled with that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Show me what you got.
God, I can't get over how deep his voice is.
Hey.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
The domesticity.
No.
Well,
Aw.
You know.
Aw, he's blushing! Are you blushing? You don't have to be so manly about it. Nothing can faze me. Nothing! Uh-huh, sure.
wow.
Oh, that's cute, though. I am not blushing! Oh, yeah, that S support's gonna be fun. I bought it from a merchant. It's a ring. Wow, how'd I guess? Oh my god. I just picked something at random. You picked a ring? You couldn't have guessed like a... I don't know, anything else? Like a bracelet, a necklace, an earring, a pair of earrings? I fucking knew it. You did not buy it just on a whim. Great respect. Uh-huh. Aw, that's cute. Of course I'm serious. Why would I joke about something like this? Fair point. Aw, but now I want to live for you.
Yeah.
My thanks.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Wow.
No.
But he's just so happy. But when you follow the way of love, you must let your feelings sing. Anything else would be a grave disservice to the one you pledge your heart to. Oh, that's actually a really sweet way of looking at it. That was actually a really sweet way of looking at it. It's like, you gotta be proud of who you love. You gotta be proud of your feelings.
You give my strength purpose and meaning. I'll let the world burn before I see you hurt.
Wow. Taking your hand, telling you I will let the world burn before before anything hurts you. That is romantic as fuck. We live it. We love it here. All right. That was the last of the female Robin supports. Nice, Wait, why'd I do that? Actually... Oh, Jesus. That scared me. I was like, wait. All right. And with that, we are just under 3 hours. And the good thing is, there were no hiccups whatsoever. That's good! Oh man, I truly love this game so much. Like, seriously, I may laugh a lot at it. And everything, but I do genuinely love it. And, yeah, I feel happy that we got to see all the Robin supports. In terms of who we're gonna be doing next, I don't know yet. Like, I think it is gonna be the Morgan, the female Morgan first, because we haven't seen at all what she's like with the other kids. And I think that's gonna be interesting. And then, of course, seeing the male Morgan as supports. And, yeah. After that, it's just gonna be, like, seeing, like, all the, I mean, and then after that, we got, like, the Kellum and Tharja supports. And then after that, it's just gonna be S supports for everyone else. That's gonna be... But thankfully, we don't have to worry about that for a while. My back is aching. But, sorry, I'm currently checking shit right now. But, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Alright, so... next week, we're gonna be starting on, Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. And that's gonna be fun, because Trials and Tribulations is what a lot of people consider to be, like... one of the best games of the Ace Attorney franchise. And I don't blame them, like, it's got a really good, like, it's got a really good story, you know? You know, and it really does just set the cap off on a lot of, like, character growth for a lot of the characters, you know, and it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be great. You know, especially because especially because we do have, like, a very memorable villain. And I won't spoil it, just in case. But if you do want a hint, I would actually suggest going all the way back to when I first streamed the first game, specifically Case 2. And and I actually mention 2 of the characters by name in that case. And that's all I'm gonna give you. You're gonna have to do the looking yourselves, guys. But yeah, so that's gonna be next week. And as I said before, we're gonna do all of the first case. And it's gonna be a big first case. But yeah, I genuinely can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun. And that's gonna be next Sunday on the 30th. I thought it was 20th. But yeah, on the 30th of April, the last day, we're gonna be streaming Trials and Tribulations Part 1. Finally. And of course, it's gonna be at the usual time. Whoops, I opened up Discord. No, I didn't want to do that. Shit, I closed it. No, damn it. All right, if the stream buffers, that's my B. That's my B. That's my B. Yeah, I didn't mean to open it. I meant to just I meant to click on the browser. But yeah, so I think that's about it. I think the only things I have left to say are, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. I know I did on this little trip, on this little, trip down memory lane. There we go. I was like, what's the idiom again? What the fuck? God, that scared me. Sorry, Discord popped up. And I was like, what the fuck? There we go. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, so thank you for coming. I'll see you all next week for the beginning of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Case 1. The last game of the trilogy, but no doubt the least. Have a good night, a good week, and I'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.